Hi everybody, Jo here again. How are you doing? So it's when he's a tree, not a tree. Now, this is the tree of courage. And if I hold it that way, you'll be able to see we have the tree. Obviously, we've done designs, we've used it as a tree, we've put pippin underneath, you could put the lovely bench underneath, you can add foliage with the mini stamps, you can make the tree a different season tree, you can do winter, make a Christmas card with it. Lots of things you can do. So I thought I'd come in with just another little use and this design here. And it starts its life as a 5.5 inch square piece of multifarious cardstock. And we're going to start with some stamping and we'll bring in this beautiful tree. Now it's quite a large tree. And I'm just going to ink it up in the Nocturne. Now I've gone for the black. It looks lovely in browns. We've got some lovely brown inks. But because I'm going to use the Magpie, and obviously my Magpie I stamp in black, that's why I went for the tree in the black. Just so you know the way my head works. So nice light tapping. Now I just want to catch, just check, because I do catch these edge bits here, and me being me, if I don't clean that ink off, it'll stamp. So I'm going to stamp the tree, and I want it quite near the bottom, so I'm going to go for there. And again, there's a lot of detail on these stamps, so give it a good press. Make sure there's always one hand. In my opinion, don't take both hands off at once. And just let that ink soak into the card. And then nice clean lift. And you've got that beautiful, there we go, gorgeous tree. Now it might be you need to make a sympathy card or a condolence card. And you know, you could use the tree and just maybe add the moon mask and a little bit of grey or light blue. And then the sentiment, you don't need much more than that. But obviously we're thinking happier times. So I'm going to come in and stamp my Magpie next. So this is just from the set called Magpies. And for those of you that don't like one bird on their own, we are adding another bird. But the Magpie just sits nicely on the top here. And again, just pop your head over to make sure you get him just sat on there. And then we can bring in the bird from the bird collection. Now there's 4 birds on that stamp set, so it might be you want to incorporate all 4. Again, 2 facing left, 2 facing right, but I'm just going for this bit here where it's sort of raised. And this could be a blackbird, a robin, little wren, although the tail would be up a bit, wouldn't it, if it was a wren, for those of you that are twitchers. So I'm going to leave it like that for the minute and then start building up. Now, the way you build up your stamping, everybody's different. I'm going to start with almost like my darker leaves, and this is off the Vine set, and it's Shady Lady or Shady Lane. And I just want to add some basic shape. So I'm building up that shape. And with it being the darker green, it's quite a focal point, can you see? So especially over here, it gives me that nice shape. And again, I'm just going to move the design round, pop one there. And then I'm just going to pop, just want to make sure I've inked that up properly, just another one out there to keep that shape there. And I'm going to stop there with that green. But what I am going to do next is come in with, let me think, the next piece of foliage. And this is, I'm coming in with avocado, and this one's off the winter foliage. Now, as you know, I use this a lot. And what I'm going to do is just ink up in the corner. So if I just show you, I've said this before, if I ink up the whole design look, beautiful, but I may not want all that. So what I tend to do, and I'm just giving my stamp a bit of a clean with a damp cloth and a dry cloth, if I use the corner of my ink pad look and just almost ink up half, I can just get used to getting a smaller stamp. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do now again is just use that corner, just because I don't want the stem of the greenery. I just want that edge. So again, I'm just building up, and I tend to move my work round as I'm going, just so I can get an idea. But using that edge, I find works really well. There we go, you see, because I don't want it coming right over here. Now what I do want is I want some here. So I'm going to get myself, I keep a piece of copy paper that I tend to tear shapes from. And if you look at this, we're going to use this bit, the upper bit. So normally we've been using this edge, haven't we? But if you look, I can get, wasn't that a good guess at that shape? If I stamp there, look, I'm just protecting this. We've got the greenery almost growing up. And that's what I love about stamps. You know, I love the way you have the ability to build designs. Just want a little bit more in that space there. And so we've got that lovely greenery there. So I think I'll just put a little bit more. You all right, Eric? Poor Eric's trying to get comfortable. It's quite warm here at the minute, but I'm not complaining, but he's a bit uncomfortable, bless him. So if you hear a noise, it's not me scratching at the carpet. It's, bless him, Mr. Eric trying to get comfortable. Now, when I got to this stage, I love the way it's building up. But what happens is, because we've got black here, and I'm going to add a butterfly, we need some more black stamping. So I went for one of my ivy stamps. Now, I love ivy. I love the way it twists and crawls and grows. And we've got this lovely climbing ivy, and it's got a large stamp and a smaller stamp. So I've gone for the smaller stamp. She says, noticing I've got ink all on my block, so let's just dry that. Now, as I say, I'm going back to the black, and I don't want this to come right down here, so I want to add a little bit of the ivy just crawling up there. So again, I'm just going to ink the top bit of the stamp, and then just use the paper to mask off just where I want that sort of shape. And you will just get used to doing this and building up the shape as you want. A little bit coming here, maybe just a little nugget of it. Don't know what's wrong with me today. I keep getting ink on the block. Do you ever have days like that? Recently I've had days where I've been dropping the blocks. Just seem to be, I don't want to start getting inky fingers, do I? Now, I love that, but I need to bring some of the ivy this way as well. So we'll ink it up. Maybe just have one along there. Oh yeah, I like that. And then maybe have one coming up there. You see, because again, ivy would do that, wouldn't it? Have any of you got ivy on your houses? They used to say it used to damage the brickwork, but recently I've heard on one of the gardening programmes where it says it actually helps protect it, so I'm not sure which one it is. A little bit more here, and then I'm not going to add any more, I'm going to stop. So just to protect that bit, because I just want it there. There we go. I don't want to overcook that, but you see how it looks better because we've got that stamping in black. Now, while I've got my black, I'll stamp my butterfly, and this is from this lovely set. We've got 4. Now, it might be you want to leave the birds off, but actually stamp 3 of the butterflies. Obviously, I've just gone for 3 because it's such a lovely odd number. But again, I think that shapes that nicely, as I say, ready for that sentiment in that space. So what I want to do now is I just want some colour. So we've got our framework. So here, your choice, we're going florals. So this is off the foliage set. Now I've gone for Dahlia Purple. But I've got to be honest, in my head, this is more of a pink than a purple. And the same thing, I'm just going to ink up this stamp so I don't get the stem, because I just want those beautiful flowers. So again, if you know who you're making this for and say blue flowers are the favourite, you could use one of the beautiful blue inks. I mean, we've got so many lovely colour tones in the VersaFine Clair. Might be you want a couple of colours of flowers. I'm just keeping it with one, just because I don't want to overcook it. I don't want to overcomplicate it. What is it? Classy, not brassy. Now, we've got there, just need a little bit in the middle. Just here. And again, I'm just inking up in that corner. Now, let's think. Do I like that shape? Maybe just one more there. Yeah, that continuity. One at the end? No, I think it would spoil it. Stop there. Stop. Walk away. Sometimes I find, you know, it's better to stop that one stamping before you think you should, because I can always add it later. You know what they say, once you've had it, can't take it away. So we've given that a blot. Obviously, it's a slower drying ink. So I just want to colour in now. With the Magpie, as you know, I like to use number 15 in the Mondelez pencils and just add a hint of blue into the white. I just find for me, it just looks, I don't know, a bit better. My pastel pencil for a little bit of highlights. Again, you can use gel pens. I just like to start with a little bit of pastel and then I'll come in with a little bit of Posca. But I want to add a little bit, to me it almost looks a bit see-through, and also we've got the branch here. If I bring in the finished one to show you the difference. So I want to add a bit of background colour there. And again, we've got so many colours. You could bring out the pinks, the greens. I've gone for Sahara, just because I'm thinking of the wood sort of brown, but I don't want to use brown, so it's sort of a browny yellow. Number 3 brush, and I'm going to blend in the lid. And then I'm just gently going to tickle and add colour all the way around where we've done our stamping. And that's why it was important to blot the work, because I didn't want to smudge any of that lovely stamping. But a number 3 brush gives me that lovely control look. So again, blend in the lid, and it's a very light touch. I'm just tickling, and this way I don't have to colour the tree in. And I'm just nicely, as I say, going around the edge of all that stamping, just to frame it. Now in the middle, I want the colour a little bit deeper, so I'll re-ink and then come into the middle. And again, because I've got the most ink on my brush after re-inking, that'll just be a little bit darker. Just help give a bit more depth. And then when you've got less ink, look, you can go around, check you're happy with that shape. Just blend that out a little bit more there. And again, even when you think you've got nothing left on your brush, it's amazing how you can just blend those colours so they go to nothing. It's a lovely quick way of colouring that with your ink and your brush. So, white Posca now, and this is just lovely little finishing touches. I know I've added that pastel, but I'd just like to add a few little Posca highlights as well. Not on every single leaf, but just on a few. A little bit on our lovely butterfly. And we'll just catch a couple of these larger leaves and then the smaller ones. And then I'm going to come in with the yellow sparkly Posca. Now if I show you, you could leave it. If I bring this one in, look, just to show you what it's like with a matte and layer, you could leave it like this. If you're happy like that, just leave it like that. You know me, I like my yellow sparkly. little splatters. So I'm going to hold my pen close, just tap the area here, look, and just around where I've got that foliage, just so they come into the white area, but they don't take over. And I can just go around my birds, look. You've got total control. You tell your pen to behave, and it does. Or I should say you ask it. You ask it very nicely. Put that magic fairy spell on it. Now it might be you want to add some lovely stickles, but I'm going to leave mine without, because if I decide it's for one of my friends that likes stickles, that likes glitter, I can always add that when I add the sentiment. So I hope you like that design, and I hope it's a useful way of using the Tree of Courage. Now it could be you could do the opposite one and use the Tree of Hope. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what you come up with. If you share on our socials, please tag me in. I'd love to see what you do. So you take care, have a lovely, lovely evening, and pop back again soon. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.